The underground reaction, back at you with another underground reaction. I got a video here. It's pretty hot right now, but I seen this story a few days ago. It was in the Mexican press. It was all over the Mexican news and all that about the lead singer, we're going to call him, of Peso Pluma, because if those of you that don't know, Peso Pluma is not really his name. It's the name of the group. Featherweight. They were given that name by the boxer from Mexico, the legendary boxer, Barrera. What was his first name? I forget. Martin? Is it Martin Barrera? Or I forgot. It's so long ago because it's an old school boxer, but it was Barrera that gave him the name of the group. They were in the studio one day, knocking out some music. He went up in there. He was there watching them record. They didn't have a name for their group. They asked him if he could help them out with a name, and he came out with the name Peso Pluma, Featherweight. There's the name. But the lead singer's name is Hassan Cabande. Emiliano. Oh my God, it all fucked up. Hassan Emilio Cabande Laija. He's part Lebanese and Mexican. Grew up in Mexico, born in Mexico. Okay, now here's the story. Supposedly he's been threatened, right, not to perform at a show in Tijuana on October 14th because he has a loose mouth. There's some things he's said about El Chapo. There's some stuff that he's talking about they don't like, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Okay, that's what everybody knows, right? That dude, whoever it was, they said he'd been arrested now. Some cartel member from Sinaloa put that big old like blanket or quilt out hanging off the overpass, and there was the message there, right? For him not to perform in Tijuana on October 14th, or he will be killed, right? That death will be coming for him. Okay, so now everybody knows about this, right? It's a hot story. Everybody knows about this. It's flowing everywhere. But there's a lot missing from what they're talking about. They don't really know the scoop. Some of them are talking about it, but a lot of them really don't know the scoop. There's something deeper here that meets the eye. Why would somebody so hot, so young, his music, what I mean by hot is his music is hot. He's just red hot right now. He's an international star. He's got so many hits. He's on the radio. He's made so much money. Everybody knows what he's tied into, but nobody really does the thinking on the backstory of how he's tied into it. Okay? Now, here's the thing. This sounds all too familiar of what happened with Jenny Rivera. This all sounds all too familiar of what happened with Chalino Sanchez years ago, and et cetera, Capaz de la Sierra. There's been a lot of singers from Mexico that have met their death because they have said some stuff that certain groups and underground, organizations and cartel members and cartel leaders didn't like them and their loose mouths. So supposedly, the Sinaloa cartel says that they are threatening the lead singer from Peso Pluma, Hassan Emilio Cabande Laija is his name, 24 years old, because he has a loose mouth and there's a lot of things that he's saying that he shouldn't be talking about in a nutshell. So he's rescheduled some of his shows, whatever. But we all know that, where this is leading to, right? But I'm going to tell you, a lot of people would only see it for what it is on the surface. But check this out. There's a deeper backstory here that I'm going to get into. And it has to do with his real father. Okay? They say that his real father, last name's Cabande, and, that's his father, and he's Lebanese, and he's whatever, and then you got his mom. You really don't see pictures of his father. There's been a couple here and there recently, but you can't really see anything. His mom has been pictured on the internet here and there. Okay, since Peso Plumas came out 3, 4, 5, whatever it was, years ago, ever since his first song got pushed, ever since his first album, all these things, there's never been a shortage of money. He's had all the money to back him. There's never been a shortage of money because people are like, oh, well, he's tied in with the cartel. Yeah, but you don't understand how tied in. Okay. If you look at what they're telling you when it comes to Peso Pluma, if you want to call him that, Hassan Laija, well, just call him that. Now, they're not telling you, and some people will tell you this, but they're not telling you in this story that it might have something to do with who his real father is. Okay? His real father. Okay? Now, his real father, supposedly he is the son. If you know anything about him, and you know the rumors, and you know the underground story and all that, supposedly he is the son of a former Mexican regional star named Valentin Elizalde. And Valentin Elizalde was killed. It is widely believed that Elizalde was killed for the concert performances of the corrido A Mis Enemigos, which contains lyrics believed to antagonize drug trafficking gang Los Zetas. Raul Hernandez Barron, alleged murderer of Elizalde and member of Los Zetas, was arrested on 22nd of March 2008 in Coatzintla, Veracruz. So, now you ask, what does this matter? Who is this guy? You're saying it's his real dad. We need more proof than that. Well, here's the thing. This guy, Valentin Elizalde, was on the rise. He was young. He was doing his thing. He had a different style that stood out. He had some good songs. He had some hits on his hands. And then he ran into this shit. Okay. Are you starting to see where I'm going with this? They're trying to tell you it's one thing why they want to get Peso Pluma. I keep throwing the quotation marks up there. The lead singer of Peso Pluma. They say it's because he has a loose mouth, and they say it's because, and it could be because of that, because he said a lot of things recently in the last few years in his songs before he was famous that have now come to light, and a lot of these organizations in Mexico don't appreciate it. We know that already from previous interactions and previous incidents with other singers like Chalino, like Capaz de la Sierra, etc., etc., also Valentin Elizalde. Now, this is what Valentin Elizalde looks like. Now, do you see what I see? Do you see what everyone else sees? Are you paying attention here? That guy on the right is Valentin Elizalde. He was murdered years ago by, allegedly by certain cartel members from a certain cartel. That's him on the left. Peso Pluma on the right. Just look at the resemblance here. Can anybody else see it? Does anyone else not see that damn beak right there? Am I the only one that sees the beak going on here? Come on, dude. You're going to tell me that's not his son. Okay. Now you follow where I'm going. See, they're coming after Peso Pluma. It's almost like a kind of a Tupac thing going on here. Like this is his destiny because of his DNA. They already had it out for his real dad, okay? People just hate when you're young, you're doing things that they can't do. These cartel members and organizations, they've got money up the you-know-what, but they can't do what these guys can do. They can't sing. They can't make the women just fall for them just with a natural talent. They need money to do that. These guys do it with natural talent. They are God gifts, you know what I mean? The God's gifts that they've gotten, they put them to use and they let them blossom and flourish into something beautiful. And you have this evil energy and this evil entity outside that looks in and doesn't like it and find whatever reason they can to stop it. So they did that to his real dad. Now that's the reason why they want to do it to him. It's killing off the lineage, and that's the way it works among these different cartels. You know how it is. If you've ever been in any kind of real beef in your life, you know that shit is family beef. Like it goes from family to family. You have families killing each other off. Like you have uncles killing off uncles, cousins killing off cousins, brothers killing off uncles and brothers. And it goes back and forth and it don't stop. It never stops. You see what I'm saying? So the real reason, this is the truth about what's going on with Peso Pluma. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is what they're just telling people. It's not really the whole get down of why they want to get him and why they want to kill him and why they're threatening him. They just arrested some dude that supposedly put that banner up on the freeway out there, right? With the message for Peso Pluma, Hassan Leja. They just arrested him. You think that's going to do anything? This is all just a what do they call it? Dog and pony show? It's just a pony. It's just a dog and pony show. That's all it is. It's a fucking circus. And like George Carlin said, we got the fucking best seat in the house. We got a front row seat. Just grab you some popcorn and watch it. But they want to kill this dude because of his lineage and who his father really is. And they are jealous of him, and they need a reason to get rid of him and make his reign, his young reign, end. Because not only is he worth more right now, how he's blown up, he's worth so much right now. He's everywhere, all the shows he's doing, all the albums, everything he's selling, all the money that he's bringing in. But imagine when he's dead. And where's all that money going to go? Where do you think it's going to go? It's all going to come back to the fucking organization. It's all going to come back to the underground organization that he is being pushed through, because that's where that money is coming from that I was telling you about, from his real father. And his stepfather has a tie into organized crime and hotel resorts all through Mexico. He's one of the original members of developers that brought hotels and resorts to the beautiful parts of Mexico, the Guadalajaras, the Acapulcos, Puerto Vallartas, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. His stepdad is like a tycoon in that. So his real dad, though, so basically Peso Pluma is a love child of Valentin Elizalde and Peso Pluma's mother. Peso Pluma is a love child, and it is his DNA to be who he is, and it is his destiny for it to go where it's going to go. And sadly, I'm sorry to say, but at some point they're going to kill this kid. Come on, dude. This dude is like, the Mexican version of Tupac right now. And what I mean by that is he has the palm, like his palm's open. He's got everybody in the palm of his hands. He's got millions and millions and millions of fans right in the palm of his hands. He's young. He's come on the scene. He's blasted up on the scene pretty quickly here the last couple of years. He's got hit after hit. Now he's got cartels threatening him. But you know the real story now. Valentin Elizalde is his real father. Okay? He's his real father. You see why they killed Valentin Elizalde, right? They said that he had basically a loose mouth. He was talking too much. He made a song called A Mis Enemigos, which contains lyrics believed to antagonize drug trafficking gangs, Los Zetas. So he got murdered for antagonizing a underground organization, a Mexican cartel, a notorious Mexican cartel. Now, years later, his love child, his son, is now being threatened by one of the meanest and most vicious Mexican cartels there is, the Cartel of Sinaloa. It's kind of weird how these things play out, right? It's kind of weird how it's like a hereditary thing. It's just your destiny. You know what I'm saying? Your destiny's drawn out way before. My bad, I'm outside here. I'm loving the weather, so there's some motorcycles going by. But, your destiny is your destiny, and it's played out way before. Like, there's somebody that knows where you're headed way before you ever even get there. And they're watching you. It's just destiny. That's what destiny is. And it's undeniable, right? Like, undeniable. You guys see this? It's just undeniable, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's no way around it, man. That is his father. And those in the know, they know. All these cartels, all these members of different cartels, all the entertainment industry down there, like all the athletes, all the actors, all the singers, they all know this, what I'm telling you. They all know what's going on, what the real reality of what's going on right now with the Peso Pluma situation. They know what's going on here. Hey, bottom line, you don't ever make a deal with the devil. Because when you make a deal with the devil, bro, they don't like you doing this. The devil will give you what you want. But then when it's your turn to pay up, he's going to take whatever he wants. Is this just a coincidence? Is this just a coincidence? This has been the Underground Reaction. Rest in peace, Valentina Elizalde. Peso Pluma. Watch yourself, my brother. Hassan Emilio Cabande Leja. But yeah, you tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Peep it out. Peace.